Hi, welcome to your practice. This will be a back body strong practice. So we'll start in standing position today. Feet hip distance apart, mountain pose, palms face forward, opening the chest, taking a breath, exhale through the mouth. One more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. We'll cactus the arms, bring them to a goalpost position. And we'll start to lean back to a standing back bend. Breathing in and out, starting to find a little bit of a regular rhythm in your breath. And then return to center. Arms down. Now sweep the arms up. Reach for the right wrist. We'll move into a lateral bend towards the left side. Swaking up through the shoulders, the arms, the side ribs. And then we'll change sides. Bending to the right. Spinning the chest open to the sky. And then release. And then we'll step the feet a little bit wider apart. Bring the elbows up to either side. And then we'll just move through some gentle twisting. Allow there to be a little bit of a subtle bend in your knees so that you're not locking your knees. Just twisting, opening up through the spine and the ribs. And then we'll return to center. Step the feet a little bit wider now. Star pose, reach the arms out, stretching open. And then we'll move into a wide-legged forward fold. Bring the hands down to the mat. This is the first fold for the day, so just take it nice and gentle. You can raise and lower your chest a little bit, bending through the arms. You can keep your knees with a slight bend. Not too big of a fold here yet. And when you're ready, let your head hang a little bit. Release through the neck. Bring your hands to your hips, bend through the knees, rise up. And then we'll step the feet together. Turn and face the top of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale into a forward fold. We'll stay here for a few breaths, bending through the knees again. This is our first forward fold with our feet closer together. You can tick-tock your spine and hips side to side. And then inhale to a halfway lift. We're going to start with a deep bend in the knees. So you can bring your hands all the way up to the tops of your thighs. We're going tall through the spine. Slight tuck of the tailbone, tucking under, pulling the belly button up towards the spine. Just taking that curvature out of the back a little bit. You can feel your core really stabilizing your center of your body. Your back muscles engaging, shoulder blades are down and back, tall through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale, release back into a forward fold. This time ragdoll position, reach for opposite elbow creases. Bending through the knees, let your upper body tick-tock side to side. Nice release here. And then we'll inhale to a halfway lift, bending the knees deeply again. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. tailbone tucking, belly button pulling in and up. And forward fold, release. Bend the knees, inhale and rise all the way up, high mountain. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, just reaching the fingertips up high towards the sky, stretching tall through the spine, tall through the fingertips, tall through the crown of your head. And then exhale, hands through heart center, mountain pose. Breath in, breath out. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time you can not bring the hands up quite so far, so maybe they find your shins. And then we'll exhale, step back to plank, holding plank. Legs are long. Squeezing through the thighs, squeezing through the glutes, belly button pulling up and in. Arms are strong, supporting you. Stay here a couple more breaths, holding. And then release, lowering down slowly to the mat. Place your right ear on the mat, turning your head to the left. Now shift your hips from side to side. You'll feel that nice release in the lower back. And then come into stillness. A couple breaths here. Then forehead to the mat, fingertips tent. We'll bring the fingertips to the outside of the mat on either side. And then lifting into a cobra, using your hands to help guide your upper body a little bit higher. Kneecaps are lifting off of the floor, tops of the feet pushing down, thighs engaging, glutes engaging, back body engaging. 2 more breaths. And release, left ear to the mat. Forehead to the mat. We'll move through that cobra one more time. So hands outside on either side of the mat. Lifting, pressing up. Back body engaging. Kneecaps lifting up off the floor. One more deep breath. And then we'll release. Pushing back to child's pose, knees wide, toes touching, forehead down. And then we'll rise back up. Moving into tabletop. We'll breathe through some cat-cows. Drop the belly, inhale for cow. Exhale, rounding to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the right toes to the back of the mat. We'll lift through the right leg. And then extending the left arm as well. Belly button pulls up, strong through the back. Long lines from your fingertips to your toes. And release, switching sides. Left toes to the back of the mat. Raise the left leg. And then right arm stretching forward. deeply. And release. We'll stretch the right toes to the back of the mat. Lift the right leg. We'll move into some little push-up dips here. Nose moving towards the mat. Pressing down for 1, 2, 3, and just like a teeter-totter. 4, 1 more, 5, and then we'll switch sides. Left toes back and lift. Push-up dips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hands to the top of the mat, letting the chest move down for puppy pose. And then rising back up into tabletop. Shift the right toes to the back of the mat. Lift the leg. Left arm extends. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Continue on your breath. As you extend, make sure to pull your belly button up towards your spine so that you're supporting your back. Continue on your own, moving on the breath. One more, and release. We'll go right into the second side. Left leg back and up. Right arm extends. Inhale. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Move on your breath. Just a couple more. Last one. And extend. Release. Narrow the knees, child's pose. Folding down, forehead to the mat. Rising back up. Shift forward into tabletop. This time we'll spin the right toes to the outside of the mat. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. And then we'll move into a modified side plank. Left arm stretches up towards the sky. Opening through the chest. Feeling that nice stretch across the front of the body. And then left hand down, we'll switch sides. So right toes spin outside of your mat. Right foot steps back, right arm up to the sky. Modified side plank. And release the right hand down. We'll move to the left side again. So the left foot steps back. left arm up. We'll start in the same position, and then we'll lift the left leg. Stay here for a moment. Find your center balance point. Reaching, and then we'll stretch the left arm over the ear, and we have one long line of energy from your left toes to your left fingers, reaching, belly button pulling in. Keep breathing, and release. We'll change sides. Left foot spins, right foot steps back, right arm up, and then right leg lifts. When you're balanced, right arm stretches over your ear. One more breath in, and release. Back through tabletop, and then we'll press up and back, downward facing dog. Press your chest towards the mat, and let your head hang. Long lines of energy all the way up your legs, up your spine, all the way through your shoulders and fingertips. Nice deep breaths, enjoying this long stretch. And bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Step and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose, sweep the arms up. Sinking through the legs, bringing the weight towards your heels. Tucking the tailbone under, belly button pulling up and in. Fingertips stretching up. Feeling your spine long and strong. Inhale and release, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, high mountain. And exhale, mountain pose. Stay here a couple breaths. Feeling yourself in space. Tall, grounded, strong and centered. And we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. We'll hold for the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, shift forward, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Lift. Kick. 2 more. 1 more. And then lift. And step forward. Rising up, crescent lunge. You're on the toes of the left foot. Bending the right knee over the right ankle. Arms stretching up. And even though the legs are apart now, we're still looking for that little tuck of the tailbone and the belly pulling in and up. to support the back, engaging the core to support the back muscles. And then bring the hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. 3 more. Last one. Lift. And step crescent lunge, rising up. A few deep breaths here, settling into the pose. And release. Look to the top of your mat. Step and fold. Inhale to chair pose. And then bring your hands to heart center. We'll move into a chair twist to the right. Left elbow hooking the outside of your right knee. Moving back through chair pose, and then hands to heart center, left side, right elbow hooks the outside of the right knee, or sorry, the outside of the left knee. And then inhale to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we'll step back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Open dog, stacking, opening the hips to the right. Inhale. Exhale, just one time, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step forward, rising up, crescent lunge. Now bring your hands to heart center. Begin to shift the weight forward over your front toes. And then we'll lift the back leg. Sweep the arms back to an airplane pose. Belly button pulling up and in. And step back to crescent lunge. Arms sweep high. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. And then open dog. Hip stacking, opening to the left. Inhale, exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, kick. Exhale, stepping forward, crescent lunge, arms sweep high. And then hands through heart center, shifting your weight forward. And then bring the arms back, airplane pose. One more breath. And then step back to crescent lunge, arms sweep high. And return them to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Step and fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, mountain pose. Close your eyes. Breathing deeply. And then open the eyes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to plank. Stay for the count of 10. 5, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Bring your hands to your sides, palms facing down. Forehead on the mat. Tops of the feet pressing down. Inhale. And then exhale, lifting, locust pose. Hands are lifting off the floor. Feet are lifting. Strong through the back body. And release. Right ear on the mat. Close your eyes. We'll move through another round of locust. Forehead to the mat, palms facing down, tops of the feet pressing on the mat. Inhale. And then exhale, rising up. Head, hands, feet lift. One more breath. And then release. Left ear on the mat. And then pressing up through tabletop to child's pose. Knees fall wide, toes together, forehead down. And then coming up to your knees. Take your fingertips behind you. Stretching back, let your head hang. Opening through the chest. And then rising up onto your knees. Move into camel pose. So bring your hands to your lower back, fingertips pointed down. Tailbone tucks under, belly button pulls in and up. Then start to lean back towards your heels. And when you're ready, you can start to find a back bend through your upper spine. One more breath. And then release. Sitting back onto your heels. Hands on the tops of your legs. Close your eyes. Breathing. Open your eyes. Coming into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look to the top. Step all the way through to a seat. Staff pose, legs long in front of you, toes pointing up. tall through the spine, tall through the crown of the head. And then sweep the arms up, forward fold. And release. Lay down all the way onto your back. Legs along on the mat. Full body stretch. Arms go over your head. Point your toes. Stretch your fingertips long. And then we'll set it for a bridge pose. Feet flat on the mat. Bending through your knees. Tucking your tailbone. Press up into bridge pose. And then we'll release down. Feet go to the sides of your mat, knees together. Hands can rest softly on your belly. Let yourself settle into a few breaths in this constructive rest pose. And then we'll bring the feet back to hip distance. Setting up in a bridge prep. Palms will stay down on the mat this time. Tailbone tucks. Press up into a bridge shape. Squeeze through the glutes. Tailbone is tucking, belly button pulling it in. And then we'll drop back down to the mat. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pressing up. And then inhale down. Exhale up. Squeezing through the glutes. Tucking the tailbone. Inhale down. Exhale up. Continue on your own breath. Couple more. And then hold at the top. Move your left leg a little bit towards the center, finding a nice balance point so that you can lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Stay here for a couple breaths. And then we'll switch sides. Right foot down, left foot up, pressing to the ceiling. Feel that strong back body supporting you. And release all the way down. Knees fall wide, feet together. Hands make a diamond shape over your head. Triple diamond pose. Deep breaths, let it go. And then bring your knees together, bring them in for a hug. Return your left foot to the mat. Right foot finds the top of the left thigh. And we'll thread the needle, moving into reclined figure four. Right knee falls out to the side. sides, recline figure 4. Left knee falls wide. And release. Recline and twist. Knees falling to the left, gazing over your right shoulder. Switch sides, knees fall to the right. Gazing over your left shoulder. And then moving back to center. Legs long on the mat. Setting up for Shavasana. Let your back body rest against the floor. Honoring your body for the work that you've done today. And then rolling to your side, pressing up to a seat. Forgive the gardener for the noise they're making outside. Remember at my favorite yoga studio in the city, almost every Friday morning class, the gardener would come and blow the sidewalks, and the teacher would just tell us, just fold it into your meditation.